but he got like isolated an arm and he reversed like from the half guard from the bottom.
Okay.
And my head,
I'm recording. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, we're recording.
and like my head
Heck
was,
yeah.
like, set that in there. Like my head was like squished down, so it was like he was doing a neck crank or a can opener,
Okay.
but that position just pushes your head forward. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So it's like a control position rather than a submission, because the submission was that straight arm lock he was going for. And man, my neck is so sore right now.
His top pressure is so like that's his game, his top pressure, and it's so frustrating because you get to that point where you're like, he exhausts you, and he was my first round tonight.
Yeah.
So
no, I saw that.
That's not fun. It's not a.
He's my first round too, and
Oh, that's right.
I think you just warmed him up a little, a little bit. No, it was fun watching you two roll. Your guard game was so good. It was so fun to watch you work. And I thought you were gonna get the move of the night,
I tried.
the butterfly sweep.
Butterfly
and
sweep.
It looked like you were getting it, but he does have good top pressure.
He does, and he stuffed it. But Sean said the only mistake I made was not switching my hands over fast enough and dropping my leg. Had I dropped my leg and switched over quicker, like everything else was set up okay.
Yeah.
But had I switched my arms and dropped my leg at the same time, I would have been able to sweep him at that point.
Oh, okay.
So I was surprised I got it set up because I purposefully was trying to set it up, and I was surprised that he let me do it.
He didn't let you do it. He was falling into it.
Well, I mean, either way.
Either way.
It was a good roll. It was fun. Daniel's, I like rolling with him for a lot of different reasons. His top game, like I said, his pressure is really good, and I like his passing game is super aggressive. So I like being able to work my retention with him.
Yeah, he's got a good intensity rolling with him.
Yeah. And he's not a dick.
No.
You know, he laughs and has a good time, and
Super nice guy.
yeah, he's Daniel sexy.
Yep.
But no, so after class, one of the purple belts, I won't say name on the air or on this, but he came over and was like, he just got promoted to purple belt. I was talking to him as you walked by.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Okay. So, and he said that he just got promoted, what, a couple months ago?
Yeah, it hasn't been that long. I'd say less than 6 months.
Yeah, less than 6 months. And he said that he's feeling really frustrated because even blue belts are still giving him fights. And I'm like, dude, I'll be honest, like, purple belt was my word. I did not enjoy purple belt.
No.
That was not a fun belt for me. On top of, I think at that time I was trying to run HD Training Center.
Yep.
And all that, and I wasn't able to train. Not properly anyways, but still, that was just a frustrating belt.
Yeah, same here. That I was talking to Daniel about it, and he's asking what my favorite belt was and my least favorite. And I had a lot of mental struggles with purple belt.
Agreed.
You know, it just felt like it was just a constant grind, and I got promoted to purple belt, and like for 6 months I felt like, okay, cool, I'm getting better, and then for the next 2.5 years or 2 years, I just did not feel like anything was working. It wasn't getting better. I was just beating my head against the wall, and then all of a sudden it clicked, and then I got to brown belt, and by far brown belt was my favorite belt. I mean, I'm loving the black belt stuff, but brown belt was so cool because, like, oh, you got tapped by a purple belt. Like, yeah, so what? He's the rank below me. Or, oh, you got tapped by a blue belt. Yeah, but he's right there.
Yeah.
You got tapped by a black belt. I'm supposed to get tapped by a black belt. I'm only a brown belt.
Right.
So, like, there's absolutely no pressure, and you can figure out, do whatever you want. That was a lot of fun. But yeah, purple belt, I agree with you 100%. In both of our lives, I think we had a lot going on during that purple belt time with different gyms and people coming and going, and you know, not just the jiu-jitsu stuff, but life in general,
personal struggles, everything else.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I think I think my favorite was definitely brown. I'm starting to enjoy black. I like black belt for a couple of different reasons, but I don't like black belt because I don't like to go to visit different schools and have that pressure of putting on a black belt and then going, oh, fucking black belt just shut up and now he's gonna, their enforcer comes over or whatever. I'm like, dude, I'm just here to roll. I just want to have some fun and enjoy it,
Yeah, and I agree. There's gone to some schools where you just feel like everybody's mad dogging you. And,
Yeah.
Oh, what? I'm just here to have a good time. And,
Yeah.
Usually for the most part, I find that if I just kind of go easy, especially the professor that'll usually invite me to roll with them first, and the rounds I've done have been pretty mellow, pretty lightweight. Haven't had anybody go full crazy on me. So,
Yeah.
and after that, I think everyone kind of has a little bit of a sigh of relief and they chill out. But you do get some people who want to test themselves against you, which
Yeah.
it is what it is.
That's one thing. I figured. I keep going back to that part of me where, it's a journey. It's something that, going out and meeting new people and being a part of this community. I love this community. I love being involved in jiu-jitsu and going places and seeing new people and, talking to them and just learning. So going back to being a student of the game, I just love it. So I think that anybody that gets involved in it and sticks with it, they'll learn that.
Yep.
So, and they'll see the growth in the community, that comes with it. But tonight, man, was brutal. I mean, there was what, 30 people, 35 people on the mat tonight, and
Yeah, there was a lot of people, and
a lot of big guys. Holy
I know.
crap!
Yeah, I rolled with some big guys, even some little guys. Like I was rolling with
Kirby.
Yeah, I was rolling with Kirby, and like halfway through that round, dude, I gassed out. Like, and I wasn't breathing. I just had no energy or strength or anything left, and I was just like, oh man. So I was like, go for it, bro. Like whatever you have. I mean, I'm gonna do my best to at least submit me, but it is what it is. And
Yep.
and he did good. He controlled, and he was working for that armbar, and thankfully that buzzer went off. But
He's a beast, man.
Yeah.
He's like this long, lanky, guy that just he pulls things out of anywhere, and I'm like, oh man, he's so calm when he rolls. It's so
Yeah.
frustrating at times because you're like, you think you have like you're passing his guard, or you think you're moving, a certain direction. The next thing you know, he's like, and it's almost like sloth-like just moves so slow, but it's coming, and then he's all of a sudden got like this guard back or whatever. I'm like, oh my god, I worked so hard to get to that position. I got to start all over again.
and he's such a nice guy. Like.
Yeah.
You're happy for him that he does that because you're like, oh, you're so nice. Like I'm glad. I'm
not even
excited
mad.
for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I had another really tough purple belt Tahine after
Oh,
Kirby.
God.
I was like, oh man. And then I had the brown belt Roland, and I don't know I don't even remember what happened, dude. I just it's like one of those when you're out at the ocean and a wave picks you up and just washes you to shore like a heavy spin dry cycle.
Yep.
That's what I felt like rolling with Roll, and the bell went off. And I'm like, well, are we done? What happened?
Yeah, he's a beast, man. He's what, 125 or 135 or something like that. He's so
Yeah.
small. He's so fast.
Yeah, he's not big, but he has a lot of good technique behind his
Yeah,
movement.
he's strong for his size.
Yep.
He's super strong. So
Yep.
he was my third roll tonight, I think, and it was good. I enjoyed it a lot. Everybody tonight was tough. That's what room full of killers was good. It was fun.
Yeah, I rolled.
So,
I saw Lee standing there, and I think it was my second roll or something. And he's like, bro, I was standing there on the edge of the mat trying to make eye contact, but everyone was looking the other way. For those of you who don't know him, Lee's another. He's a purple belt. He's a Muay Thai coach. Super cool guy. Strong, good, solid technique, and he's a tough roll.
Yeah.
And I love rolling with him. Once we're done.
Yeah.
It's a good battle going with him, but again, the same thing. Like he'll let the technique take over. He's not out there to prove a point or anything. He's not going to rip submissions or anything like that. So trust him with everything when he's going for different submissions. But man, it's just they got some tough guys out there on the mat, and even though they're a couple belts below us, it doesn't matter. Like the belts mean nothing out there. And those guys are either you know what to do or you don't.
Yep. Mats don't lie. And it's crazy how, you know, the guys there. So going over to Corona, you listen to the guys talking about HQ, about how the guys over there are like, you know, super tough and all this, and I'm like, I get it, they are. You know, that school is tough. They are. But I don't know. There's just certain days that I'm like, yeah, this is, you know, it's fun, it's a good time, and you know, just kind of cruising. And then there's other nights where I'm like, God, what happened? Did everybody get on competition night or something? Holy crap!
But it's good for us.
Yeah.
It shows us we're lacking or slacking.
I agree. You know, that's the one thing that I do believe in, that I believe that I slack. I think that I've rolled with this guy for so many times that I feel like, oh, it'll be all right. It's going to be this roll.
Yep.
Nope. All of a sudden, they're changing it up, and people are, you know, if you're not careful, you don't keep training, you don't stay on your game, they're going to pass you and they're going to catch you.
Yeah. No, for sure. And I've been trying that new diet we were talking about earlier, and I haven't been exercising at all other than jiu-jitsu. That's pretty much the only exercise. And I can feel it, man. Like, once I run out of energy, I was like, oh man, it's gone.
Done.
And that's where I'm slacking. It's my own fault. It has nothing to do with anything else. It's just something I gotta get my butt in gear and go for it.
Yeah, I think that, and it was hot in the gym tonight too, so I don't know if they had the heater on or what, but either way, I felt the same way. Like my energy levels went down pretty quick after, I think it was my third roll. I started to feel the drag, and I'm like, oh my gosh, all right. And then Jesse came up, one of our brown belts. He came up and he was like, hey, you want to roll? Oh God. And then just everything downhill from there. I'm like, all right, here we go. Let's just go.
Yeah, Jesse will zap your energy quick.
Yeah, he's super, super aggressive. I enjoy rolling with him. I don't think there's anybody I don't like rolling with. You know, it just is what it is, but I don't know. It's fun.
Yeah.
But, so I was trying to tell the purple belt about, he was feeling kind of down tonight about his belt. He's like, I just don't feel like I'm where I'm supposed to be. Like, I'm a purple belt and I'm getting, tore up by a blue belt. And I started laughing. I'm like, okay, but you have to remember that everybody has a day. Like, everybody has a day where you feel like you don't want this belt, or you want to give it back because you just got tooled by a lower belt. Everybody has a day, an on day and an off day. It could have just been an off day. It could be a style, I believe. Like how maybe you're not feeling, your style clashes with his. He's got a different ground game. He's also a judo black belt. So the blue belt. So he's super good. And he's, so he's got an idea of the ground game. So I was telling him, you just need to reanalyze that role. Maybe start recording that role. If you ever roll with him, record it, and then go back and analyze it. Just take a look at it, because everybody has a bad day. Everybody has an off day. But that kid is super tough. So you need to learn what his game is and how to nullify it. For me, I know he's not real good at passing guard right now, not yet. So I'll lock him up immediately, and I'll hold him, and I'll try to keep him from moving. Then I'll start working for sweeps and submissions from there.
Yeah.
But when he starts to learn to pass, it's gonna be tough.
It is. I know the blue belt you're talking about. I've rolled with both those guys, the purple and the blue belt, and they do have very different games.
Yeah.
But I think, without a doubt, they're both appropriately ranked, and they bring different things to the table. And part of jiu-jitsu is implementing your game onto your opponent, and as you progress through the ranks, you get a little bit better. Especially if you're rolling with people who are a few ranks lower than you or whatever, you can let them work their game and just kind of play along with it. But when you're evenly matched, you need to make your game happen, and that's, for me, that is part of jiu-jitsu, rather than allowing them to make the first move and reacting off of that.
Right.
And sometimes they're going to get that jump, and it is what it is. That that blue belt, he, like you said, he's a judo black belt, and he's a tough roll,
Yeah.
and he's quick, good technique, and very very agile, and he does a good job of imposing his will and getting it going on the right foot for him,
Right.
and not waiting for someone else to initiate the movement.
I think that comes with his partly with his judo.
Oh yeah,
You know,
the experience he has there.
Yeah, the experience there. It's, but yeah, I think, you know, in time, I think not having that, you know, that I'm not a fan of this belt or whatever. That, I think everybody kind of goes through that at some point. I think you and I both already said that purple belt was ours. We were like, we freaking hate purple belt. It's not fun. It's just a struggle, I think. But brown belt I loved. I had a lot of fun. It's encouraging to see all these guys go through the ranks and hear their struggles and know that we weren't alone.
Yeah, no, exactly. And I hope it's encouraging when we talk to them, because I've talked to some guys who said the same thing. They're just struggling with it, and they ask, like, well, when does it start getting easy? And my answer is, I'll let you know when it does. You know, it's never going to be easy. You have some days that you feel like, I did pretty good, and then you roll those same people the next week, and it'll be a whole different story. So just you know, I just love it, man. Even today, feeling pretty beat up, and I'm gonna go ahead into work now. I wouldn't have changed anything for today. I loved it.
Yeah.
I'm already excited for tomorrow night.
I am too. I'm super excited. So we'll pick up a little bit more of a conversation tomorrow, and we'll piece everything together, and then we'll do a little introduction, get us all going. So it'll be fun. So tomorrow we're gonna be going to Sector Corona, rolling with Spencer and the guys.
Yep. Be some no-gi.
No-gi tomorrow night. That's right.
Yeah.
So right on. All right.